Hello, this is chapter 5. Now we're on the book, Lord, Change My Attitude Before It's Too Late, and we're on chapter 5. Today we're talking about a critical attitude. Here's a story about a farmer, and he moved his family from one town to the other, Brownsville to Johnstown, and he met somebody on the way, and he was asking, what kind of people are in Johnstown? And he was saying, well, what kind of people did you leave behind? And he says, oh, they were so negative and so cheerless, so deceptive and so ungrateful, just a godless bunch. All of them. That's the main reason why we're moving. What kind of people will I find there? And guess what he said? He said the very same kind, I'm sorry to say, because he realized he had a critical attitude. Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount, why do you look at the speck that is in your brother's eye, but not notice the log that's in your own eye? And that's in Matthew 7:3. In this book, it's talking about a third party, being critical to a third party. And it's saying, is that a sin? Because if you're trying to help someone, when you're talking to someone about a problem and about things, and he says in the book that it's not a sin if your intentions are to help someone. Reading on, it says, it happens sometimes that one person gets a critical attitude and drags other people into it. One person's bitterness can defile many people. Criticism ruins our fellowship with God, says in this book. It doesn't destroy our relationship with God, but criticism changes our capacity to sense His love. The primary consequence of a critical attitude is seen in our fellowship with God. Sin hinders our fellowship with God. Some people say, I just don't seem to be able to find any friends. Or every time I try to find friends, and before the 3 sentences into the sad story, you just want to say, do you know what? It's your attitude. It's your critical, negative, fault-finding attitude. Do you know why you're alone? They're not into your attitude. Another title here, criticism is self-exalting. Here's a warning. Beware of anything that puts you in the place of a superior person. Anything that makes you feel superior is not conducive to your spiritual life. That's what criticism does. It takes the focus off me and my faults and highlights me as the one who knows, I know, I see. Just reading some more here. A person who is constantly or continually criticized can become good for nothing. The effect of criticism can knock all of the confidence and power out of a person's life. That's what we don't want to do. The key is to remember we are not here to win people's approval, but God's. And Apostle Paul said, am I now seeking the favor of men or of God? Or am I striving to please men? If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a bond servant of Christ. Here the book is giving some advice. I encourage you to turn down the volume on the critics in your life. Center your attention on what God thinks of you, and life will be better. I would challenge you also, if criticism from past emotional injuries has leaked into your family, you must find a way to apply healing. Again, it says, I challenge you to have a righteous, gracious attitude toward the Church of Christ and toward the servants of Christ. The momentary relief you may get from criticizing other Christians is not worth the damage you will pass on to your family. And they're talking about also the church family. So that is the message of the chapter 5. And I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for chapter 6. Bye for now.